Hello YouTube, this is Dragonfist here with a review of the Nintendo 2DS. This is my very first review for my channel, so I probably will make a lot of mistakes and probably not structure this review too well, but I'll try to do my best to make a good review of this. So as you all know, before and when it came out, it had a lot of controversy about its design. And that a lot of complaints that it looks like a slab of cheese or a doorstop, which it actually kind of does. Pretty funny if you think about it. And that it lacked the had a lot of things on, like no 3D or like one minor speaker, which is that's a solid complaint there. But now there's been a long time since that, and now that I've had a long time to put some use into it, I feel like giving a review now. And I will say that while I do think a regular 3DS is superior because does have features that the 2DS will simply not have, it is a system considered for a few good reasons over a 3DS. I won't compare it to an XL, of course, because the XL is much better due to the longer battery life and the larger screens. So let's get started. Here we have the box of the 2DS. Nothing special, just a picture of it. Shows you what it has, the features of it, like the store, sound, camera, yada, Street Pass and stuff. Which Street Pass I found really interesting when I have to like walk around my 2DS and I find other people that have Street Pass on, and I find their Mii's, and that's kind of cool. I even found a Nintendo Mii, which is I found really awesome. And let's see, it comes with the charger for the 3DS or 2DS. I mean, it's the same as the regular 3DS. It's not as the same charger used for the DS previous to a 3DS. So consider that when you're buying a charger for it. And here's the manual, which is godly huge. I mean, seriously, I'm not gonna read it at all. And we have the AR cards, which if I can show you really quick, has a question mark here. Then we have Mario, Kirby, Link, Young Link, and Samus and Pikmin. So yeah, pretty cool. And then we have, of course, the main topic of this review, the 2DS. Now, my opinion on design when it first came out, I did not like the design. It would look weird to me too, and it still does look weird. I mean, it does look like a slab of cheese or a doorstop. But how it functions is a different story from my original opinion. I really thought it was going to be terrible, but it actually feels really nice. It actually feels and I can make comparisons to the original Game Boy Advance, which I have here. And as you can see right here, how I hold a Game Boy Advance is like exactly the same as like holding this 2DS. It's a great, and I really like how I hold an Advance, so I really got comfortable with the 2DS. Another thing I also found comfortable was the buttons. They felt good and mushy. I did not like the clicky feel of the original 3DS. I really did not like the clicks. It kind of annoyed me. So having this mushy design of like the DS Lite is really nice, because I really like the DS Lites, how it felt. So if you like the DS Lite, the feel of it, you'll like the feel of this too, because it's similar to that. You have the circle pad here, which is exactly the same as any 3DS, so there's anything special there. Here you have the two triggers, which are really huge. I mean, this is gigantic, and they feel really nice and clicky. Like when you click it, it feels good. And they just they're pretty good. And Let's start up this 2DS and show you what it looks like. And as you can see, hold on, the interface is just like a regular 3DS. You have all the features of it, like the download, play, store, the street pass, and the camera and all that stuff. So it's exactly the same interface. There's no difference there. Then you have here's a DS game, New Super Mario Brothers. I'll show gameplay and how it looks on the 2DS will be the same. It will be the same as the regular 3DS, but I'll show it anyway. And let's see, it's, as you can see, it looks it functions really good. There's no lag in the anything when you play the DS games. The one thing is that the screen is much it's not full size, and also that if you, I don't know if you can notice with the camera here, but the graphics are much more pixelated than if you were to play on a regular DS, the original DS, and that's because the resolution is not the same when it's this size on the 2DS or 3DS, and it will look more pixelated and blurry on, not blurry and pixelated on the 2DS or 3DS, which kind of sucks. You can remedy this by making the screen smaller, which I forgot how, but yeah, making the screen smaller, but it's so small I don't really like having it like that, so I just play it like this, and it's all fine. It's not pixelated enough to make a break for playing this for DS games. Let's go home and let's play a real 3DS game. Let's see, one moment. And you see I have Pokemon X. This was the main reason why I bought a 3DS, or this 2DS. I wanted to get a 3DS eventually, but this game made me want it sooner, because I really like Pokemon. And as you can see, runs the game perfectly fine. It's just like any 3DS. Also notice that the sound is pretty good too for a mono speaker. I mean, it's not as good as a regular 3DS with a stereo speaker, but you can tell it's pretty loud and clear. You can hear all the instruments in the background and everything. So yeah, there's a 3DS and it works well as any kind of 3DS. No difference there. Now to the battery life. The battery life is roughly the same as a 3DS from like sources and stuff, but I heard some sources it's a little longer, like maybe 30 minutes longer or something. I'm not too sure. I don't have a 3DS with me to do real world performance of that, but from what I played, I'd say the battery life is roughly 3.5 to 4 hours with a 3DS game playing, like maybe 4 with the wireless on, and even longer if you're playing with a DS game. It'll probably be like 5 to 7 hours depending on the battery. I mean, depending on the brightness and all that stuff. So, why you should consider a 2DS over a 3DS is one, the same reason why people complain there's no hinge. Because there's no hinge, it won't suffer the very common problems all DS has had before it. If you can just go on eBay and look up broken DSs, all will have like the same. Most of them will have the same problem. The same problem they have, like, you know, the loose hinges. Like, I have a DS right now that has a loose hinge, which sucks a lot. With this, you'll never have to worry about because there's no hinge to be broken. Now, also another thing is durability. This thing is very extremely durable. I've dropped this thing like 5 times and there's not a single dent on the back or anything like that. I mean, flat on the ground and it still wouldn't have a dent. So if you're thinking of getting this for like a child or something, or if you worry about its durability, don't, because it's pretty durable. I mean, it'll probably suffer a lot of abuse and it'll still be fine. What else? It's just like any 3DS. It works as well as that. The main point of getting this was to buy for the cheaper cost, because of the lack of 3D and it has a flat surface, just one screen, so it's cheaper to make, and it's a $40 difference, but that $40 could be put into buying a full game. Although another thing to take into account is that you should probably, if you buy a 2DS, get a case, because it's pretty hard to travel around with this without a case, because it's gonna have a lot of scratches if you don't have a case with it. And I have the official 2DS case, which is pretty good. It's not anything special, but it works as it should. Fits perfectly in there. No trouble putting it in. Well, I have a little bit of trouble because I'm holding the camera in my hand. But see, it's perfect. Kind of worn. My case is kind of worn out from a lot of use of playing this. So yeah, so why you should get a 2DS is the cheaper price point, the durability, and no hinge to be broken. The only thing that you have to consider more is for a 3DS is the 3D feature and the better design look. Other than that, this performs just as well as any 3DS, and I never really cared about the 3D. Every time I played one in the demos in the store, I usually turned it off because it kept straining my eyes, and I just turned it off every time. So yeah, there you go. There's my review of the Nintendo 2DS. I hope I did a good job of letting you know why you should get one, and I hope you subscribe to my channel and look forward to more reviews to come. Thank you.